Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Patty, the Dazzling Diva. I am a part-time reseller on sites such as Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. And what I have for you today are my sales on all three platforms for the last 2 weeks. I fell a little bit behind, so I'm going to go ahead and combine them both into one video. I don't make a whole lot of sales anymore on Poshmark and Mercari. Most of my sales are on eBay, so this video is not going to be extremely long, unfortunately. But if you're interested in seeing what is selling for me now that we're in Q4 on these platforms, make sure to go ahead and stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to get started on with my Mercari and Poshmark sales, and I actually had quite a few, which is surprising because lately I've been averaging like one or two maybe a week. I had some like 6 Mercari sales and like 8 Poshmark sales, and some of those were even after the change that came through with the new fees. And then I heard today that they are looking into, I hadn't gotten the notice, I haven't looked yet, but they are looking into um, the new fees that they sent out because I guess it was such a pushback about them. So stay tuned, that may be changing again. We shall see. But let's go ahead and get started with the Mercari sales. Had these, I got a lot. There was like a bag of figures and I lotted some of those together. This sold for $9, and the great thing about Mercari now is that there are no fees on Mercari. So whatever it sells for, that's how much I am making, and I do not do free shipping on most things, although I have started experimenting with free shipping on Mercari to see if I can get uh, more sales on there. That is, of course, if the profit margins are good. I'm not trying to sell stuff for free, but if I didn't pay a lot for an item and it's selling for quite a bit and I can afford to do the free shipping, I am doing that on some of the items. Next, we have this American Girl Kristen paper doll. It was something that I got. It didn't have everything in it, but I just thought that this was really neat and it's good for a fan of American Girl, and it looks like a book, so it'll look good on the shelf. This is actually my second time selling this because the first time I do not know what I did with this. I set it down somewhere and something got set on top of it. I could not find it. So don't know if it's the same buyer that bought it, but I'm glad that it did sell again. American Girl stuff doesn't normally, the accessories and stuff like this, like I have some books and some DVDs listed that I probably need to lot together because they are not selling my head for a while. This is something else that I have stopped picking up. I see a reseller that sells this, but he sells them on Amazon and he sells them all day long. I have had this since forever. Cute little strawberry shortcake, one of my favorite characters, and it sold for $8. The Simply Southern blouse, I bought this at a regular Goodwill and they did have it priced up, but because of the print, the novelty of it, and it's a Simply Southern item, I knew it would sell quickly, and Simply Southern, I think, brings a lot of eyes to your closet. So I paid about $6 or $7 for it, which is a lot at the thrift, but it did sell for $16. I got this, I think, in a Goodwill plush mystery box. Cute little figure, and it sold on Mercari for $9. And lastly, on Mercari, this is some retail arbitrage that actually worked out. I've had this for a minute. I was in I think like a Marshall's, a TJ Maxx or something like that, and they had a bunch of earrings, and I just thought that this was really neat. And I love things with the lemon print on it, so I went ahead and got them. I think I only paid like $5 or $6 for it, and it did sell for $14. I want to get into selling like more jewelry, getting like jewelry lots. Goodwill Blue Box has a jewelry lot, but they have two different ones. One of them looks like a costume jewelry lot, and it looks like it's those cheapo jewelry things in there. So I'm kind of waiting to see if it goes on sale before I purchase it. I don't want to waste my money, but finally sold this Monster High doll. I got an offer for $20. I had her listed as more than this because when I listed it, she was comping at more. But I've just, resided that on Poshmark, I'm going to get a lot lower offers. So I'm treating Poshmark kind of as a clearance site for me. So when I got a $20 offer, I went ahead and accepted. Pretty neat little doll though. Another offer that I got for these Wrangler jeans, I think I did have them listed like 35 or something like this, but as you can see, they look like they were professionally altered because it had a dry cleaning slip in it. So it's not like someone did a hack job, but they have been altered, and I did put that in the listings. And so I got an offer for $20, and that was a pretty good offer for this. So I went ahead and accepted this Walt Disney World embroidered backpack. I was wondering why this hadn't sold, and then I had someone send me a question about the item, and I realized that I had like two crappy pictures of this. I did not show the inside, I didn't show hardly anything, which is why I've had it for a while. I just had like the front and like the top of it, but you couldn't see that there were pockets. So I did end up putting like a picture, a video in there to show the pockets and everything. And I do think that I'm going to add more videos into my listing because they're fairly easy to do, especially if I have a item that has some really neat features that don't photograph well. Like maybe it has sequins and it has sparkles and things like that. I'm going to start taking the time to put some videos, so hopefully I will move it quicker. Then we have this American Eagle skinny kick boot jeans. American Eagle I do not pick up much anymore, but whenever I get a mystery jeans lot, I'm of course going to have a lot of American Eagle in the jeans lot. But it did sell for an offer of $15. And I do use Posture VA. And Posture VA it's a Chrome extension that you can have that shares your closet. It likes items. It does a lot of things for you. One of the things that I have it set to do is when someone likes an item, it sends out an offer for 15% off. I think I have it set at now. 15 or 20% off, one or the other. And the great thing is now with the Poshmark thing where they have it now, get the discounted shipping because I am a Posh ambassador, and I'm pretty sure that that is even, I know it's when I send out offers on a bundle, but I am pretty sure that when I send out any offers, they get the discounted shipping. Unfortunately, like on Poshmark, it's hard to see sometimes. But and Lauren, and I'm glad I had Lauren in here twice because I totally misspelled that. But I had this jean denim skirt. It was actually a skirt that I had for personal use, but I like never wore it. So I went ahead and listed it, and it sold for $21, which was an offer that I sent out. This I have had since forever. You can tell from this background, I have not used this in years. I do not sell skirts well and some blouses. This was back in the day when Goodwill was having like dollar Sundays and 50-cent days and stuff like that. And I was just picking up stuff when I first started selling clothes on Poshmark. I was just picking up stuff. And I got this, so I didn't pay a lot for it, but it only sold for $10 finally. Someone sent an offer and I accepted, of course, because I've had it forever. This is another, I got this from a thrift. One of the thrifts that I go to sometimes gets returns from Kohl's. like their bedding and their plush. And so this really pretty blush pink color curtains, and someone sent an offer for $36 and I accepted. Had them for like listed at 50, but they weren't getting a lot of attention, so I went ahead and accepted the offer. Another item that I've had since forever, like I just said, I do not sell skirts well. And someone sent me an offer for $12 and I accepted. And then lastly, Universal Thread. I think this is either Walmart or Target, and I do like, I will pick them up if they're cheap enough, and I like when I get them in my thrift mystery boxes, because even though it's just like Walmart or Target, they do sell well. And so this sold, I sent out my, the Posha VA sent out an offer for $14 and they accepted. All right, so now on to eBay. eBay is where I make a majority of my sales. I do promote my listings at between 8 to 10%, depending on how long I've had it. I do have a sale, like a 5% sale that is on my closet. Just full transparency on what I do in my closet or in my store to make sales. I'm playing around with the promoted because I want to get to where I am making, because sometimes those fees when I'm doing my, because I use Vendoo to cross post, and I can also keep track of my sales in Vendoo, and then sometimes when I'm putting in what my fee amounts is, it's kind of like, wow, like I'm paying a lot of fees on eBay to make these sales. And so I'm trying to tweak it so that I'm not paying out more than I need to. I saw a video the other day where a guy, he bases his fees on what the sell-through rate is, which I think is smart, because if something has a really high sell-through rate, then you don't need to promote it as much as you do for something that has a lower sell-through rate. So that may be something that I make note of in the future when it comes to how much I'm going to be promoting it. Now these, unfortunately, I meant to take this out, but I didn't. Unfortunately, they, I sent out an offer, they accepted the offer, and then sent me a message saying they canceled because they um, found it cheaper or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. But I hadn't like done anything with them, so I just canceled and gave them their money back. These were some books I got from the regular Goodwill. They were vintage. I do like picking up vintage books and lot these together. And a school teacher bought these. So it's When I Crossed the Street and Strangers, and it did sell for um, the $9.99 or the $9.49. Have this Lucky shirt, and it sold on an offer that I sent out. I've had this since forever. I don't really pick up Lucky brand shirts much anymore, but it did sell on an offer for $12.54. This Dakin plush did sell for an offer I sent out of $12. Pete the cat. When I was a teacher, kids loved to, listen to the Pete the cat, the I Like My White Shoes songs. The Pete the cat is popular. I knew that from teaching, and I was in a thrift, and they had this really inexpensive. I think it was only like 50 cents or something like that. So it did sell for an offer of the $9.49. I got these, I think I got these when the thrift was having a 5 for a dollar sale. And these do not sell very well by themselves, but you lot them up and they do sell fairly well. So they did sell for $12.95. Then we have this cute plush by Gund. I got this in a mystery box that was actually at the regular Goodwill. Ended up being a good buy because everything at the end of the day was about 35 to 50 cents a piece. So selling one plush, of course, I made my money back. So this did sell for $9.99. Get my little list because eBay doesn't tell you when something sells for on sale. So this was Elvis or something tunic top. I got this in a mystery lot because I never heard of this before, but when I comped it, it sold fairly well. So I did sell on an offer that I sent out of $17.57. And the reason why that offer sounds weird is because I just sent out a percentage off offer sometimes on items instead of like a dollar amount. Next, we have this Spark, Create, Imagine, and I have Read here because it actually does not work as a prayer bear, but it doesn't work, but someone still bought it anyway. So don't be afraid to sell stuff sometimes if it doesn't work, especially if you get it cheap enough. You go ahead and put that out, and a lot of times people will still purchase it because it's still a really cute item. Next, we have the Disney Junior Lion Guard, and I was actually surprised that this comped well because normally the figures they don't sell very well for me. And I have another Lion Guard plush. I have the cheetah, and it's just been sitting forever, but this sold very quickly, and it sold for the $12.99. We have this Nightmare Before Christmas glass. I've had this for a while. I actually had like dust at the top of the thing. So, and it did sell though for the $21.95. I have another one and I need to go ahead and get that listed. I can't believe I forgot to list that. So hopefully it's not too late. These are some Levi's classic capris. They were, I got this in a mystery box, and they are, as you can see, they're kind of worn. So I didn't list them for much because they still have some life left in them, but it's, I was willing to accept as low as $10. Someone sent me a $10 offer for it. I would have accepted it, but they did sell for $13.99. Next, we have these Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover, I haven't read her books yet. I think people either love her books or hate her books. I did get a lot of offers of people trying to get two of these. I want these two. Can you let me have these two? All right, had to take a little break. Someone was mowing very, very loudly, but I was afraid to break up this lot because fiction books like this can be hard to sell on their own, especially when they're paperback. So I did not want to break up the lot, and I knew that she was a popular author so that she would sell. And I actually got this out of a free bin, so I did not pay anything for them. And they sold on an offer that I sent out for $21.98. Have these Nike's Women's Wild Trail. Nike, if you look on the inside of the tongue, they do have the model for the shoes that you can do a specific search on. The bottom of them look really good, and so they did sell for $23.72. I got a lot of these a long time ago, and I had not gone through. I got like 2 boxes of vintage buttons, and they were marked. I think I only pay like maybe $6 to $8 for each box. And so I finally gotten around to lotting them up into like items, and I did sell these. Sold for $7.91. These Lucky Brand jeans came in a mystery box, and they sold for the full price of $18.99. I forgot that my sale was off for like the week. So you're going to see a lot of items that did sell for the full asking price, which is nice. But I think that it also helped me, hurt me from making a little bit more sales since I didn't have that sale on in my closet. So these sold for the full price of $8.99. Those are really nice. They look like leather, but they're not. This Sesame Street Grover plush. I got this, I think, from a regular Goodwill for like $1 or $2, and it did sell for the $12.99. This I Google Lens this character. I've had it for a little bit since probably since last year. I got it in a bag of toys, and she sells fairly well. It's like the La Loopsy. I just had another there's like a flamingo or something that goes with it that also I sold, but this sold for an offer I sent out of $7.57. Next, we got this vintage drawing of the human head. I got this back when we used to, in the next town over, have a Amazon return store, and I was able to, like, on Wednesdays everything was 50 cents, and on Tuesdays everything was $1. So I used to go there on Tuesday or Wednesday, whichever day I was off, and get books. And so this one did sell for $14.95. Next, this came in a Goodwill blue box slot, and this did sell. I've never heard of this brand before, but I did comps on it, and it comped fairly well. It did sell for the full asking price of $26.99. I saw this when I walked into a church thrift, and I just thought it was so cute. It was only like $2 or $3, and so I went ahead and picked it up, and it did sell for the full asking price of $14.97. Make a perfect gift. This was another item that was at the thrift that I am pretty sure they got directly from Kohl's when they were clearancing out items. And I had two of these, and they sold for $16.99. Strangely enough, the pigeon has not sold, but I did sell the two ducklings. And this I got from the church thrift. It was I think they were having 4 for $1, so I paid like 25 cents for this, and it was new sealed. It's $19.99. And lastly, this was also in the 4 or 5 for $1, and I just did a search on this. It looked interesting. I do like to sell CDs and books. The only thing about, like, with the CDs and stuff, it does take a lot of time, so I don't look at them every time I'm in the thrift because I don't have that much time. But at least once a month or twice a month, I do go through the CDs. And if I do that and I'm going to the same place, the good thing about it is, you remember for the most part what you looked up, what you thought was interesting last time, what you looked up. So unless they got like a big lot of stuff in it, if you're going to the same place, it's not going to take you that much time the more that you go, because you're going to be going through most of the stuff previously, so you won't be wasting your time. But this surprisingly did sell for an offer that I sent out of $17.59. Right, so that is it. Hopefully you learned some things that you could sell. As you can see, I sell everything from plush to clothes. The reason why I do that is because I am in a small town. I do not have the luxury of having high price items, but you can still make extra money even if you are in a small town. You just may have to either pivot to having an online source that you source from, or make partnering with someone or whatever, or you can do like I do and sell a little bit of everything, and it all comes together, and it's better for me than having to go to a part-time job, which I really don't want to go to after I do my other job. Like, who wants to do that? But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you found anything helpful, make sure to hit the like button. Let me know you like these videos. And if you could, subscribe. Help me get to 100 subscribers. I'm almost there. I'm close to 70 now, which is exciting. But thank you so much. And hopefully you'll come back for more videos. Have a great day.